If you're providing services to clients, you've got to watch this video. I'm going to walk you through the steps that you must go through when you take on a client to make sure it's a success and you don't end up with any absolute client disasters. We've all been there and nobody likes them. Hi, I'm Sarah Gordner. I have been running my business for 15 years, providing course creation and curriculum design services to government, universities, colleges and individuals. I have been there when it comes to setting up client projects, and I want to share with you some things that I have learned to make sure that getting them right from the beginning is an absolute success. The first thing you want to do before you take on any client for a service project is to do a pre-strategy call. This is where you sit down on a free call with them, use a platform like Teksperts to have the ability for them to book in a free 15 to 20-minute call with you, where you're going to assess whether that client is actually the right client for you, what it is that they are really looking for in a service. Sometimes what people think they want and what they need are two very different things, and it may be that you're not actually offering the services that they really need to have. Getting that clear from the beginning before anyone's time is wasted is an absolute must. So if you haven't got an appointment booking software yet, go to Teksperts and get yourself a free setup call with one of our Teksperts, and they will set up your free strategy calls calendar for you. Next, make sure that you have really clear services. What is it exactly that you do? How do you do that? And what are the end results or the deliverables? So I recommend you only have 2 or 3 packages available on your website. This is where you specify what you can do, to what volume and what level of output. And this works for anything. Don't tell me that it doesn't work, right? As someone who does course creation, how long's a course? As big as a piece of string. You know, a lot of people will say, but I can't possibly set mine into packages because every project's different. You can still create very clear custom packages. So for example, one of my services is saying, you know, we create PowerPoint slides for people. So I was able to say for a PowerPoint slide that has no more than X words per slide and no more than, or per 10 slides costs you this amount of money. I help people turn their books into online courses. So I would say X number of thousands of words equals this many slides or this level of output. So think of it like Fiverr. If you go onto fiverr.com, every kind of service has been like packaged, if you like. I will do this many words of this for this price. I will do this many pages of this for this price. I will do, you know, X product output of this volume or this many times for this price. You can customize or create a menu for any service at all. If I was to sit down in a restaurant, you know, I can see that a starter will give me 3 spring rolls. What's your equivalent of your 3 spring rolls? What's your equivalent of your main course? What's your equivalent of your dessert? You can do this, and this is going to make it 1,000 times easier for you to match with clients and for them to really clearly see, I want that service, but I need 5 quantities of the spring roll. So I need 5 quantities of the PowerPoint output. You get me? Get this done next, because this is then going to make your operational deliverables, delivery, your production, your quoting, and everything through to completion of your project 10 billion times easier, because you're going to be able to create systems and processes and then hire people to help you by following those systems and processes as well. Please do not tell me that your thing cannot be systemized, it cannot be packaged, and there cannot be a formal procedure put together for quoting it and delivering it, because you can. So to keep a record and automate this process, you're going to want to have some kind of quote request form. Now I do that using Teksperts, where you can create custom forms where you then list down every single deliverable that you offer, and you simply say check the item that you want and how many quantities of that item you want. So the client can just go through, say what they want, how many of each thing, put in any text information. When they press submit, get a quote request, you then get a notification automatically on the other side exactly what the client wants and needs. From there, you can then move to the next step, which is then creating a formal quote or proposal. This is where you're going to list down everything that you do. You might like to add in some history about yourself, your expertise, whatever. But then the more important part then is the very specific, explicit list of deliverables. Each individual item, how many quantities of that item, the price per quantity of that item, whether or not there's any taxes included, excluded, to be added on, or whatever. And then the all-important accept button. So once you've got your proposal together that is going to then protect you, If that person accepts the proposal or the quote, the next thing to do is create a service agreement. Now you can get basic structures of these just to give you an idea what it is from something like ChatGPT, but please make sure you get a lawyer to look at these for you, all right? It's very important. Your terms of services are there to both protect you and protect the client. It really clearly states what is going to be done by who, over what timeline, to what costs, what's an extra cost, what's included, what happens if somebody cancels, terminates, wants a refund. All those things, guys, going to save you tens of thousands of dollars down the line in legal costs if, God forbid, anything goes wrong. Please get a lawyer to do your terms of service agreement for you. And you can also automate this then inside a platform like Teksperts. There is a button there to say that somebody accepts the terms of service. They can then sign it using the electronic service feature that we have in there, and that will create a timestamp and a record in the client's record in the CRM of Teksperts that will then give you that history that A, the project now is officially commenced, and B, that everyone has agreed to all of the terms of service. Hugely important, regardless of whether this is a $10 job or a $10 million job, please make sure you have a service agreement in place. And from there, every project is going to look different depending what service you're providing and how you deliver your service. So you're going to have what's called the project kickoff. I tend to see it's a very common practice for there to be an initial kickoff meeting, discovery meeting, project commencement meeting, whereby, you know, any discovery information, questions are asked, details are gone through, information is gathered, whatever, okay? From there, I like to use project management software and automation tools to then manage the project from that beginning all the way through. Again, I use Teksperts as my project management software, using an automation whereby as soon as somebody has accepted the terms of service agreement, has made that commencement payment, what happens then is the system will automatically send them their onboarding information form. So again, this form is created inside Teksperts, and this is where you start to collect any information you need or resources you need to start your project. For instance, if I'm creating a course for somebody, I need setting up their online platform for them. I need things like their web domain, their instructor profile picture, their company logo, their branding guidelines, resources that they want inside their courses area. So using the Teksperts Forms feature, people can drag and drop and upload all of those files and resources, input all of their links, and give you all of the information that you need to get the project started. The cool thing about using the project management automations is that then that system will continuously remind and check in with your client at a frequency you choose if they haven't yet filled in their form. So it's going to be doing that follow-up for you to keep that project moving forward, you guys being on the front foot, you guys being the leads of that particular project. So your client's going to get automatically reminded, hey, you haven't filled in your form yet, we need this to start your project. They fill the form in and boom, the system will automatically notify you and any team members you've listed that so-and-so has filled in their form, which means you can now start the project. Off you go, deliver your project. From there, you can then move people into your sales or project management pipeline stages using our customer journey sales pipeline feature. When somebody gets moved into the project complete stage, you can then get the system to do the all-important final step, which is signing off on the project, saying they accept everything as being done as per the deliverables, which means you won't have any issues later, but importantly, then ending with a review request. And inside Teksperts, which manages all of your reviews and reputation management, the system will automatically send a request to your client or customer to leave a review for you on your chosen platform. So those are the main overarching steps that any service project should have in place if you're doing any kind of B2C or B2B service work. If you've got any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, really hope you found that helpful. And if you do want to come and grab a free trial on Teksperts or get a free demo to have a little look around at any of those features I've mentioned, do go to teksperts.com and book a free demo call, or go and check out the Teksperts YouTube channel where we've got some demos of how to do project management right on the YouTube platform. I'll see you there.